Okay, this meeting is being held in accordance with the New Jersey Open Public Meetings Act. Annual notice this meeting was published in the Union County Local Source and the Newark Star Ledger. Said notice was posted in the municipal building and a copy is on file with the office of the Borough Clerk. Fire exits are located in the directions I am indicating. If you're alerted for a fire, please move in a calm, orderly manner to the nearest smoke-free exit. Proper notice having been given, the Borough Clerk is directed to include this statement in the minutes of the meeting. Please call the roll.
Councilman Petrosky.
Here.
Councilman Johnson.
Here.
Councilman Signorello.
Here.
Councilman Ravina.
Here.
Councilwoman Lyons.
Here.
Councilman Patel.
Here.
Mayor Signorello.
Here.
All present, Mayor.
Prayer and pledge of allegiance, please.
Eternal God, grant us thy help in all our duties and perplexities. We ask for thy guidance. Give us thy protection in our dangers and sorrows. Grant us thy peace. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, there are no proclamations or presentations. May I have a motion to approve meeting minutes pending any corrections?
So move. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
May I have a motion that bills and payrolls be not read and passed for payment?
So move. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
May I have a motion to open the public portion on agenda items only?
So move. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
If you'd like to come and speak on agenda items, microphone's over there. Please state your name and address for the record. Is this your first council meeting you've been at with me, John?
No, I've been to,
You've been at a couple? Okay.
when I feel the need to.
Okay, fair enough.
How you doing? John Poulos, 731 Woodland. All right, I'm speaking on my opposition to this changes to ordinance 2791.
Yep.
The good order ordinance. From what I've seen, this is probably the most intelligent and most potentially useful ordinance Roselle Park has. All right? But looking at these changes proposed by Councilman Johnson, I see that it basically guts the whole ordinance. The point is that we, paying our ridiculous $11,000 plus in taxes, deserve the right to enjoy our homes and property in peace. And when other residents choose to have parties with DJs, live bands that cause my house to thump, and I can't get any peace in my house, and when you call the police, you know, as somebody who has called before and the response was not always what it should have been, I'll leave it at that. But with this and the proposal for actual decibel levels and so forth, without the provision to provide sound meters and training for the police, basically this is giving the police full excuse to not do anything. Because they can show up and say, oh, it's not that loud. And as the changes or the modifications talk about, use their judgment and discretion. So that basically means whatever they want to do, which is usually nothing. Sadly, I watched a video that a resident posted on the YouTube where there was a wedding or something going on and the music was clearly blasting around the block. And when the police showed up, they were, in my opinion, kind of rude to this resident who called and dismissed him and did not address the situation. Now, we're not talking about somebody having a little radio in the backyard, having a cookout, having a party, having a kid's party, playing what's that, you know, while they're playing the pin the tail on a donkey or something. We're talking people with DJs, live bands. You know, that this is not the place for it. Go to a venue if you want to have that type of loud music. You know, these houses are close together. You know, personally, I can't imagine making that kind of ruckus for my neighbors. I like to play music. I mean, I got guitar equipment I could play a concert with, but I'm not going to blast it full blast and bother my neighbors. Mm-hmm. I'll play it so I can hear it, and nobody cares.
Yep.
You know, that's what I wanted to speak on. I would recommend that you leave it as it is. You know, I know there's another noise ordinance with decibel, I believe. Isn't there another ordinance in town?
I was going to say, I kind of don't know off the top of
It's in
my
the
head.
health code.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's one that has 10 o'clock and there is a decibel reading. This one is great because you don't have any of that. And somebody can be just as annoying at 1 o'clock in the afternoon thumping a house as they can at 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
So,
Greg, I'm sure you're going to want to respond, and you're more than welcome to. I was just going to get, Andrew, I think some of these issues have been thought through in advance of this ordinance. Do you want?
Well, yeah, I was going to
Okay,
mention it.
either one of
during
you guys.
I was going to mention it during my meeting, during my report.
If you want to do it now, go for it.
Yeah, I guess we could talk about it now.
Sure.
So, if he wants me to respond.
yeah, I would like to,
So, some of the things that you brought up, we had a meeting on September 10th as the public safety chair. All those concerns were brought up that you said about the police not doing anything, not having the equipment, not having the training, and that's what we plan on making the police do. We're going to have them train, we're going to purchase the equipment, and we're going to alleviate a lot of those excuses. So this way, when you make a phone call to the police department, it won't no longer say, oh, I'm sorry, it's just, there's nothing we could do. That's not the purpose of this ordinance. The purpose of this ordinance is to clean up predated, something was saying about a cellular phone. There's verbiage in here that has nothing to do with anything. And this is so ambiguously written, not for today's society. Absolutely not. I stand 100% behind this. And if council votes it down, they vote it down. I'll go to my constituents and I'll tell them accordingly. So that's it. That's all I
Yeah, 'cause
come
I
with there.
see
But a
it-
lot of the concerns you raised, we did bring it up during the
yeah,
meeting.
because I see it's perfectly clear. Don't be a nuisance. I mean, I understand the police come out one time and tell people, turn it down. I get that. That I don't have an issue with that. If they show up, they get say, yo,
Phonograph.
turn it down.
Yep.
All right? But when they get multiple calls, it's time to write a ticket.
Absolutely.
Nobody's saying these people are going to go to jail, they're going to, anything serious.
And that's
They're
what I'm
gonna
trying
pay
to
a
do for you. When you call and the police, they're actually give you some type of resolution rather than just giving you the wave or.
Yeah, but here you do leave in there.
John, unfortunately,
Okay.
but just real quick, I just want to mention, he can't respond
I
anymore.
mean,
Yeah,
later.
but I just want to say.
Second.
This is, Greg's been championing this, and I'm supportive of it, but I'm in support of it because I actually think everything that you're saying, correct me if I'm wrong, Greg, that's actually the purpose behind it,
That's the purpose
right?
behind it.
Because it takes the objectivity out of it, right? Then you can say, hey, look, man, I want the recording from, if you feel like the cop didn't do it right, then you can get the recording of that interaction and say, hey, this was actually above the decibel levels, you should have taken action here, right?
Ooh.
So it's actually trying to take the gray out of it. It's done with the intention to solve what you're talking about, not make it weaker. And that's the honest truth.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong,
That's
Greg.
pretty much what our discussion was during the whole meeting, because I had residents that said the same thing as you, that they called the police and they weren't getting the results that they were getting with this noise ordinance. As you know, this is a very difficult topic, so
But we just
just
wanna-
like trees and everything else in Roselle Park.
Don't talk to me, sorry, Andrew. But John, if you do want to come back, talk about it. Obviously,
The
Greg will
second
be
meeting.
here afterwards. And then the second meeting on an ordinance, you could talk for as much time as you want.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to tell you. The second meeting, you could come back
Okay.
again if
Yep.
you want. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank
No worries,
you.
yep.
Thank you, baby. That's what I was trying to say. Appreciate you.
That's a good public interaction. That's a good one. I like that. Would anybody else like to come up and speak on agenda items only? Okay, I'm seeing no one. May I have a motion to close the public portion on agenda items only?
So move. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
May I have a motion to accept the reports of departments as submitted?
So move. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I kind of rambled through that, but I don't know, Andrew or Ken, if you guys want to say anything. Ken, you're good? Okay, Ken's good. Okay. There are no ordinances for second reading. Mr. Clerk, please read ordinance number 2789 by title.
Yes, Mayor. Ordinance 2789 is an ordinance for introduction, an ordinance amending Chapter 7, Section 39, Subsection 2 of the Code of the Borough of Roselle Park, entitled Handicap Parking on Streets for Private Residences.
May I have a motion to approve ordinance number 2789 for introduction and fix the date for second reading and public hearing as October 3rd, 2024?
So move. Second.
Is there any discussion? Okay, please call the roll, Andrew.
Councilman Petrosky.
Yes.
Councilman Johnson.
Yes.
Councilman Signorello.
Yes.
Councilman Rabina.
Yes.
Councilwoman Lyons.
Yes.
Councilman Patel.
Yes.
6 votes in the affirmative, Mayor. The ordinance is introduced.
Okay, thank you. Please read ordinance number 2790 by title.
Yes, Mayor. Ordinance 2790 is an ordinance for introduction, an ordinance fixing the salaries of police.
Wasn't we supposed to have discussion?
Pol-
Oh, yeah, but
I felt like we skipped discussion.
Well, yeah.
I didn't hear anything, so I just went with it. My bad. Did you want to, we can discuss it next
No,
time.
next time.
Okay.
Quick thing,
It's just
and
introduction.
he wants to,
Yeah, he can't talk right now.
So it would
you,
be
you
at
can
the
come
end.
at the top of the meeting during the. That's okay. Yeah, so you can come at the, there's two, so just for the record, right? So there's 2 times you can come up and speak. There's the beginning of the meeting on agenda items, and then the second end of the meeting on any items. You can talk then. And then if you're still not satisfied, ordinances require 2 readings. So assuming this gets introduced, you can come to the next meeting, and then you can talk about it as much as you want. There'll be a designated time for you to come up and talk. Yeah. Okay.
Ordinance number 2790, are we good on that?
Yeah.
Is an
go for it.
ordinance for introduction, ordinance fixing the salaries of police patrolmen's benevolent association employees of the Borough of Roselle Park and the County of Union, State of New Jersey for the years 2025, 26, 27, 28, and 29.
Okay, may I have a motion to approve ordinance number 2790 for introduction and fix the date for second reading and public hearing as October 3rd, 2024?
So move. Second.
Is there any discussion?
Mayor, I just want to make a note for the record that this coincides with the contract that was ratified previously by the governing body. This is just a legal mechanism to codify the salaries for the next 5 years.
Got it. Cool. Any discussion? I don't want to skip you. Please call the roll.
Councilman Petrosky?
Yes.
Councilman Johnson?
Yes.
Councilman Signorella?
Yes.
Councilman Ravina?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lyons?
Yes.
Councilman Patel?
Yes.
6 votes in the affirmative, Mayor. The ordinance is introduced.
Please read ordinance number 2791 by title.
Yes, Mayor. Ordinance 2791 is an ordinance for introduction, an ordinance amending Chapter 3, Section 9 of the Code of the Borough of Roselle Park entitled Peace and Good Order.
May I have a motion to approve ordinance number 2791 for introduction and fix the date for second reading and public hearing as October 3rd, 2024?
So move. Second.
Is there any discussion? Hey, Greg, I just have one quick question for you. This is more just out of curiosity. When you guys did the actual decibel leveling, what's the decibel level?
Well,
where-
it's in accordance with, what is
So
it, Andrew?
the New Jersey Noise Control Act
Okay.
is a model ordinance by DEP
Yeah.
that allows municipalities to adopt that as their standard.
I was just going to say, it's either based off what other towns do or
Correct.
state standards.
And that's
all
what's
it's getting.
tied into,
Okay.
so it's tied into that the maximum permissible sound levels are that.
Got it. Okay. And then the purpose, and you guys did this in committee, but the thought is you'll have somebody on each shift that's
The
trained.
thought is we're going to have about 8 law enforcement
turn your
officers.
mic on.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The thought is, we're going to have about 8 to 10 officers trained
Yep.
on each shift, so this way we don't ever have a time when they're
There's
not.
no gap in coverage.
Yeah, no gap in coverage. Also, we're going to purchase possibly 2 devices.
Yep.
And then it'll also help us because we'll have assistance and aid from surrounding
Cool.
towns. And we can also assist them as well.
Yep.
With the device, so.
What does the device look like? It's like a gun?
No, it's,
I'm just kind of curious.
it's not, it's actually not, it's calibrated similar to a radar
Okay.
gun, but it looks more like a,
Whatever. I'm just teasing.
it
Okay,
looks,
got it.
it looks
Is there
more
any-
like a, it looks more like a large, like an old phone, like a 1990,
Got it.
1998 phone. That's
Got
what
it.
it kind of looks like.
Okay, cool.
Quick question. For 1B, where it says if someone's not there or if the equipment is missing, then the police officer has to use their judgment.
Mm-hmm.
So if the whole point is to just use the sound levels and stuff like that, would it make sense to remove that factor or?
Well, no. What if the device breaks, Kanja? And someone calls, that'll cover that too as well, temporarily until we can order a new device. I mean, I think you gotta kind of have that in there to cover.
Like
the
a
whole-
backstop.
Yeah, to maximize the. But we can take it out. I'm not staunched on it.
It's just a question. I mean,
Mayor, could I help on that?
Sure.
So I believe in our chat that other municipalities have these meters, and there's a mutual aid possibility that Elizabeth or another town could come over and say, hey, we really need you for a large event or whatever like that. So
Sound operations.
If I could, Mayor, just having kind of synthesized some of the committee's discussion, it's, just to echo Councilman Johnson, it's for those times where you may have, people get sick, right? So right now we have 34 officers from the chief to, the entry patrolman. So there is a possibility, even with 8 to 10 officers trained, that people could be sick on vacation, right? There could be a situation where somebody's not trained.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to leave the door open so that there's not a gap in enforcement.
Mm-hmm.
In addition to that, between now and the time we're able to purchase these devices, because they're frankly, they're not cheap. They're probably something that we're not going to be ordering until 2025. But in that run-up, we want to make sure that whatever we put on the books, there is some level of enforcement mechanism.
How much are they?
It ranges. On the low end, I've seen them for about $1,000, and then on the higher end, I've seen $15,000. But it depends on a lot of different factors. You know, we're going to research and make sure that we get the tools that are the industry
Can't
standard.
confide that in the couch.
What's that? Yeah,
Can't confide that. Come
not
on.
this year. Not, thank you. Not this year.
This year's tight. This year's tight. Just turned beet red. Okay. Any further discussion? Okay. Call the roll.
Councilman Petrosky.
Yes.
Councilman Johnson.
Yes.
Councilman Signorello.
Yes.
Councilman Robina.
Yes.
Councilwoman Lyons.
Yes.
Councilman Patel.
Yes.
6 votes in the affirmative, Mayor. The ordinance is introduced.
Thank you. Please read ordinance number 2792 by title.
Yes, Mayor. Ordinance 2792 is an ordinance for introduction, an ordinance amending ordinance number 2781, fixing the salary ranges of non-union employees and officials of the Borough of Roselle Park and the County of Union, State of New Jersey.
May I have a motion to approve ordinance number 2792 for introduction and fix the date for second reading and public hearing as October 3rd, 2024?
So move. Second.
Is there any discussion?
Mayor, if I could just, so the governing body is aware, I know, I believe Councilman Johnson, the Public Safety Committee, are probably aware of this, as you are, Mayor, but for the benefit of the governing body. The only real change to this ordinance is relative to the special law enforcement officers, Class 2s and Class 3s. So we've been working in coordination with the school district to roll out additional public safety measures in the schools to be both proactive and reactive if and when necessary. Some of that includes an expansion of the program in more than likely 2025 into the elementary schools. So we already have a presence at the high school. To be clear, we have a presence at every school. It's just during the course of the day constantly are we there. So high school, yes. Middle school, yes. Elementary schools, we do walkthroughs, but we don't necessarily have officers assigned there, so we're working to roll that out. We're working toward formalizing an agreement, whereas the school district pays us. They do now. They pay us for those officers, but we're working to put that kind of in writing because the program has expanded beyond the initial just going into the high school and being reimbursed on a monthly basis. So this establishes a rate for Class 3 special law enforcement officers, which are specifically designed for school use. So we're going through an interview process right now. This is just one of the stages. I think within the next couple of meetings, we're going to have some recommendations on personnel hires and then a rollout of the actual program, but we'll keep everybody informed of that.
Do we do the interviews or the school district does?
They're municipal employees,
Okay.
so we have the hiring and firing authority.
Okay.
They just pay.
Okay. Any further discussion? Okay. Call the roll.
Councilman Johnson. Councilman Petrosky.
Yes.
Councilman Johnson.
Yes.
Councilman Signorello.
Yes.
Councilman Robina.
Yes.
Councilwoman Lyons.
Yes.
Councilman Patel.
Yes.
6 votes in the affirmative, Mayor. The ordinance is introduced.
All matters listed with an asterisk are considered to be routine and non-controversial by the council and will be approved by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a member of the governing body so requests, in which case the item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered in its normal sequence on the agenda as part of the general orders. Please read all resolutions listed on the consent agenda by title.
Yes, Mayor. Resolution 22624 is appointing Alexis L. Rotman to the position of high school counselor. 22724 is accepting the resignation of Anna Amu from the position of high school counselor. 22624 is accepting the resignation of Benoit Chestnut from the position of adult counselor without a teaching certificate. Resolution 22924 is accepting the resignation of Curtis Hudnall Jr. from the position of college counselor. Resolution 23024 is promoting high school counselor Belen Munoz to the position of college counselor. Resolution 23124 is promoting high school counselor John James Ranieri to the position of college counselor. Resolution 23224 is promoting high school counselor Samantha Stamboli to the position of college counselor. Resolution 23324 is ratifying and affirming the purchase of one shade structure from Ben Schaefer Recreation pursuant to Educational Service Commission of New Jersey Co-op Contract Number 24/2501 in an amount not to exceed $70,705.14. Resolution 23424 is adopting a new Open Public Records Act Oprah request form consistent with Public Law 2024, Chapter 16. Resolution 23524 is awarding a contract to Portofino Builders LLC for the project improvements of Boy Scout Park pursuant to the base bid and alternate bid in an amount not to exceed $98,000. Resolution 23624 is granting permission to Dowling's Irish Pub and Restaurant to operate a premises extension permit granted by the New Jersey Division of Alcoholic Beverage Control on a portion of William Street as part of the Borough of Roselle Park's 2024 Arts Festival. And Resolution 23724 is approving the insertion of a national opioid settlement grant as a special item of revenue in the 2024 municipal budget in the amount of $1,586.35.
Do any members wish to have any items removed from the consent agenda?
Yeah, 233 and 235.
Okay, may I have a motion to approve the resolutions remaining on the consent agenda?
So move. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
May I have a motion to adopt Resolution 233-24?
So move. Second.
Is there any discussion?
Yeah, as far as the 233, the shade structure is like, is it just like a wooden thing? Like, does it look like a gazebo?
I think Andrew, you'd be the best to...
So I will share the engineering plans from the manufacturer. So it's a 24-foot hexagonal structure, right? So it's a hexagon-shaped structure. It's steel with a fabricated roof. I'm trying to think of a good
Kind
comp.
of looks like a gazebo.
Yeah, it looks like a gazebo, but it's not a gazebo. It doesn't have sides. They're all open. So this structure specifically, subject to the resolution, will come pre-cut for electrical. So there's I think six, am I right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, 6 poles. Each will have a port for a electrical receptacle, as well as internal lighting, not external lighting, but just internal lighting to the actual structure itself. So it's shaded both, from light and the elements.
Got it. And then for the other one, like, is there any other improvements with the overall Boy Scout park, or like there's going to be?
I think
I
it's
mean,
mostly
that's
just...
a separate.
Yeah, it's it's not on this reso, but if you want to...
It's not 233 unless you want to bring it.
It's on 235, I guess, if you want to talk about it more broadly.
Yeah, I mean, so
233 first and then.
it's up to you. I mean, I can certainly talk about the project.
You could.
Mr. Attorney, can we talk about the project as a whole? This is specifically about ordering a part of the project, but Councilman has questions about the project as a whole.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Go ahead.
So the project broadly is the shade structure is the largest singular component of the project, right? The rest of the project is mostly concrete work and the construction of a new flagpole with uplighting. I would say, if I had to say what are the major components of the project, shade structure by and far. The second is actually the electrical, because there's no electricity to the park. So we have to run from the above-ground electrical down one of the utility poles, trench through the park, and put electrical service actually in the park itself and into the structure. That's the other major part of it. And the rest of it's concrete. So you have a concrete base to the shade structure, a leading pathway to the structure, and then a leading pathway to the area where there's the new flagpole.
Got it. And then, okay.
It's passive in nature, so it's not a playground. It's keeping the passive space passive with a small element to it.
Okay. Yeah, just personally, I just think it's really expensive. Oh, is there grant money that was used for this?
Yeah, so we got this is the county grant, right?
So the cost of the project is offset by a $65,000 Union County 2024 infrastructure grant. That money needs to be spent by the end of the year during the capital budgeting process. We did earmark it for this. It's a matching grant.
Okay. Oh, so we also have to match the.
We've already matched the $65,000 with another $65,000.
Yeah, I just think for personally, like the straight structure, like 70,000 is really expensive. So that's just my point. But yeah, that's all the questions I had.
Any further discussion? Call the roll.
Councilman Petrosky.
Yes.
Councilman Johnson.
Yes.
Councilman Signorello.
Yes.
Councilman Ravina.
Yes.
Councilwoman Lyons.
Yes.
Councilman Patel.
No.
5 votes affirmative, 1 in the negative. The resolution is adopted.
May I have a motion to adopt Resolution 235-24?
So move. Second.
Is there any discussion?
I think we covered it.
Yeah, okay, call the roll.
Councilman Petrosky.
Yes.
Councilman Johnson.
Yes.
Councilman Signorello.
Yes.
Councilman Ravina.
Yes.
Councilwoman Lyons.
Yes.
Councilman Patel.
Yes.
6 votes in the affirmative, Mayor. The resolution is adopted.
Okay, cool. Let's start with Council President.
First of all, I'm going to send my condolences out to Christina Tina Mascola Patton, Stephen Rodek, Mrs. Nolan, which is Gary Bundy's mother-in-law, Jim McCrady's sister, and Alice Perry. On September 6th, I attended the Hispanic Festival. On the 9th, I had the fire department meeting. As usual, they give me work orders, and so I'm waiting for the work orders to come in, and hopefully we can get them done by the next meeting. The 10th, I attended the recreation meeting. It was originally scheduled for the 11th. We moved it to the 10th because of the 9/11 memorial. So we're just getting ready for Halloween, and notices will be coming out soon with the date, the time, and everything. So believe it or not, Halloween is here. On the 11th, I attended the 9/11 memorial. It's so sad. Every year it's unbelievable what this country went through that day. But and there's still Americans dying, from the cancer-related issues in their bodies. So my prayers go out to every one of them. On the 16th, I attended the special meeting of mayor and council about the sewer. The $3,000 we got. Oh?
3 million. 3,000, not going to do it.
3 million, sorry. The 3 million thing. So I was glad we had the meeting, and it went through, and the Roselle Park residents will benefit from it. I know a lot of people been calling me and saying, they're going to have to pay the second sewer bill. So this will be a good thing. On the 16th, I attended the Historical Society. Today, I had the joint sewer meeting, and main thing, we're going to repair the mixer, gearbox, gravity belt, spare parts for the thing, and if you need to contact me, get me Jay Petrosky at rosellepark.net, and 908-666-7821. That's what you can contact me. And that's my report, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. Ken, I should have talked to Councilman Petrosky beforehand, but do you just want to give a quick update on the sewer bill just to make sure that we're all on the same page there?
Sure. Just want the residents to know, Mayor and Council have done everything in their power to make the second bill go away. As of right now, we are telling residents, please do not pay it. We will make the final determination by the October 3rd meeting. And if we do not hear back, it's in the state's hands right now. There's nothing else the borough can do. We've done everything in our power to make it happen, to make the bill disappear. So the governing body has worked diligently for that. If it does not happen, we will announce that at the October 3rd meeting. The grace period will be extended to October 31st because right now we are telling residents not to pay. The online system has been shut down to try and prevent that, and that's where we stand right now.
Thanks, Ken. Yeah, and so just to be clear on that, we're working every day to make sure that this happens. I ask Andrew daily, and we're in touch with folks at the state. So I know people are frustrated because we don't have a definitive answer right now, but I'd much rather you be frustrated with me and deliver on this hopefully this year than, just give up and try and, kick it to next year. So, yeah, we'll keep you updated. Okay, Councilman Signorello.
Good evening. Quiet 2 weeks. I did attend the September 6th Hispanic Festival. Enjoyed music, some good food, some good desserts, and I attended the 9/11 ceremony as always. And like I said, Councilman Petrosky, can't believe how many years it's been. So other than that, it's been a quiet 2 weeks. Good to hear the state's trying to help us out. Hard work from everybody up on this dais to make it happen, and let's cross our fingers. Other than that, you need to get a hold of me, Signorello@rosellepark.net, 721-6488. That's the end of my report.
Councilwoman Lyons?
Good evening, everyone, Mayor and council and residents. On a sad note, I heard that Mr. G passed away, and he was our history teacher in Roselle Park High School, so just sending out my condolences and everyone that had him. He was just so amazing and just, he brought laughter and real just teaching us. He was awesome, so just wanted to mention that. This is an awesome time of year. We have so many things happening. I just do really want to applaud the $3 million again. I like hearing it. And I thank you for saying we did everything that we can do.
Still are.
Especially, yes, listen, what you guys
Poor
are
Andrew.
working on it, I give you props.
The whole city
Mayor
of Trenton's
Andrew.
going to be very upset with Andrew after this.
Making bills disappear would be a great logo over Roselle Park. Let's do that. Okay, so the Hispanic Festival was awesome, September 6th, and yes, we did gather for the 9/11 memorial. It's obviously such a sad day, and just to be able to spend time and moments together is a blessing. I actually ran over to the library tonight. They had Luis Mota y su Rumba Latina Band. Okay, I tried to say it. Did I say it good? They had that at the Roselle Park Library lawn. There was a food truck there, and there was lots of cumbia. Is that how you say it? And dancing. I tried. I danced with Alex. Okay, I did it. It was awesome. So please come out. The reason we announce these things is that we want you to come and enjoy. Please find it on the rosellepark.net and also the library website. Things to come. The Arts Festival is coming back. It was so awesome last year. This, it's going to be September 28th, and it's all of Chestnut Street, so you can't miss it. So please come out and support the vendors and really just hang out with our families in Roselle Park. We really want to see you out. The annual Festival of India is October 5th. That was awesome. That was at the Roselle Park High School. Please come out. They dance for hours. They beat the Italians. I just got to say that. They were awesome. And one more, October 19th, the first annual Italian Heritage Festival is coming to Roselle Park, and we are having cannoli eating contest. So Mayor, I think I might have to challenge you on that.
Yeah, no, I'm in 100%. Yeah.
And, all right, let me know if you guys want to come in. Maybe we could do a whole council and mayor thing.
Yeah, I won't do the bread. I won't do the pretzel one because the pretzel.
No, cannolis.
Yeah,
We're doing
cannoli,
mini
I'll do.
cannolis.
Yeah, I'll do that.
And we have vendors and food trucks, and we have inflatables and live music. Please come and support everything that we're doing. If you want to reach out to me, rlions@rosellepark.net, and keep being family, Roselle Park, because we're a small town, but I could be anywhere in the world, and if I recognize you from Roselle Park, it's the best feeling. So thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Councilman Patel?
Mayor, you're gonna love this. I don't have a report, so Patel, rosellepark.net.
More of that. There we go. Round of applause for Kanjan Patel. Councilman Johnson?
Well, Mayor, mine isn't as short as Conjur's, but it's definitely short. It's definitely short.
I'll take it.
Good evening, Mayor, Council, residents. I too attended several community events. First one in order was the 9/11 ceremony. The second one was the special meeting that we had for the public safety, and also the second one was the $3 million. But yeah, so just moving along, just a couple of community announcements. At the request of Commander Verdun and Cat McCoy, they wanted me to just continue to invite the community to our first Oktoberfest celebration, where there's going to be pretzel eating contests, drinks, all type of things. This is to help the American Legion's Post 60 raise money and help the local veterans and our Boy Scout organization. So please, everyone, community, come out. It'll be Saturday, September 21st, from 2 p.m. From 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. So the next community engagement that will be coming up is hosted by myself and the Greg Johnson Civic Association in partnership with New Jersey Clean Communities Adopt a Highway. Anyone wanting to come out, a lot of you guys come up here and say, hey, elected officials, you should do this, you should do that. Well, you guys should volunteer. So stop telling me to do stuff and start showing me by volunteering. So I expect to see some of you community members helping me clean up Roselle Park. How you could get in contact with me would be at gjcivicassociation@gmail.com, or you could just call my council number. I'm not giving my personal number. The last thing, oh no, disregard. If you need to get in contact with me, please email me at gjohnson@rosellepark.net, or you can call me at 908-303-1519. Mayor, that concludes my report.
Ask not what Roselle Park can do for you. Ask what you can do for Roselle Park.
Let's go. Help out. Stop just coming up here talking.
Councilman Rabina.
Go. Let's work. I'm ready to work.
All right. Well, good evening, Mayor. Good evening, colleagues. Good evening, Roselle Park. I would like to share some updates from recent events and initiatives in our community. Yesterday, I participated in the NJ Clean Communities Lunch and Learn session, focusing on balloon recycling, the Adopt a Drain program, and other important initiatives aimed at keeping our environment clean. On Tuesday, I attended a Zoom meeting centered on creating effective and complete streets policies, which is vital for improving accessibility and safety in our borough. On Monday, I joined my colleagues here for a special meeting to pass the resolution in support of the DCA application for the $3 million in grant funding for sewer utility aid. On September 11th, I was present at Eldine Park for the Street Smarts campaign. I would like to extend my gratitude to News 12 for their coverage, and to Chief Freno, the Mayor, Councilman Large Signorello, B.A. Casais, School Superintendent Goyce, and Commissioner Kowalski for their participation. This initiative aims to educate the public about traffic laws and promote safe behaviors to reduce accidents and fatalities within our borough. We are currently focusing on data collection regarding West Webster and Myrtle. Expect more outreach in the coming months, and I'll keep you updated. That evening, I also attended the 9/11 Remembrance Ceremony at Kelly Coffers Memorial Park. On September 6th, I enjoyed the Fiesta Latina y Hispana celebration. A special thank you to Rupin Shaw for organizing this event, as well as all our local businesses for their participation. In recent weeks, I've been meeting with constituents and neighbors to discuss pressing issues in our community, particularly regarding safety from speeding and distracted drivers, as well as improving our open spaces and sidewalks. We're taking action with increased enforcement and monitoring of speeders. Additionally, we have contracted a vendor to replace sidewalks on the west side, and I'm pleased to report that Verizon has addressed the hazard at the ADA ramp at Faytute and West Colfax. I'd like to say thank you to Chief Freno, the Mayor, B.A. Casais, CFO Bloom for your responsiveness and support. I've also heard comments and concerns from constituents about children riding bikes unsafely and without helmets. Parents, please remember that we've given over 350 helmets in the last 4 years and have held annual bike safety events. While transportation partners have educated our schools, it ultimately starts at home. Over the last 5 years, we've had 1,900 crashes in the borough, resulting in 3 fatalities. Motorists, road users, and pedestrians all need to do their part. State law mandates that riders under 17 must wear helmets. Researchers have found that lower fatality rates are associated with safer practices across all road users. However, the number of cyclists killed in traffic accidents has increased, with 16 reported deaths in 2022 and 24 in 2023, following 26 fatalities in 2021 nationwide, the highest number in over 30 years. This trend is concerning, as the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration reports a steady rise in bicyclist fatalities since 2010, averaging 800 deaths per year nationwide. Additionally, I've been addressing requests regarding senior housing and group housing for individuals with behavioral needs, connecting constituents with resources, information through the county. Finally, as the Chamber Liaison, I have an announcement for small business owners, managers, entrepreneurs, and support staff looking to network and expand their client base. Our partners at the Greater Union Chamber will host a networking, growth, and success workshop on October 10th at the Titan Union Building, 2003 Morris Ave. For more information and to register for this free event, please visit my Facebook page or visit the Chamber's website. You can reach me at 862-236-0019 or email at jrabine@rosellepark.net. Mayor, that concludes my report. Thank you, Roselle Park.
Thank you, Councilman. I have no report. Mayor Sig at rosellepark.net. If you have any questions. I keep it tight, man. Only when you guys need something. I talk enough throughout the meeting. mayorsig@rosellepark.net if you have any questions, though. May I have motion to open the public portion on any subject?
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
You can come up now if you like.
I'm not sure what ordinance it is or anything, but
That's okay.
I had a call from the sergeant about,
Name and address, please.
Edward Selecki at 26 West Roselle Avenue.
Yep.
About taking away my handicap parking spot.
Sure.
Okay. Now, when I applied for it, okay, in your rules, it said you can't have a reserved parking spot in in Colfax, and you can't have a garage.
Yep.
Okay? I applied for it November 16th, I think it was. It took 4 months to put it in. It's taken 1 day to take it out. Okay? I do not have a reserved parking spot. Okay? There's a handicap spot in the back. My wife is in a wheelchair. It's hard, because I just had a heart attack. It's hard to ramp her up over there, so sometimes nobody parks back there, so I'll park back there.
Yep.
Okay? Because there's no ramps. Okay? And they said that they want to take away my parking spot because I don't park there. I park there sometimes, not all the time, I'll be honest, okay? But nobody parks in the handicap in the back, but it's not a reserved handicap spot. So anybody could park there. So if I come in with my wife at night, okay, and there's no parking, how do I get her into the house? So I need a reserved spot, okay? Colfax Manor did nothing to accommodate me. They told me, oh, we'll help you, we'll help you, we'll help you. You know, they did absolutely nothing. And I just don't understand. They said they took pictures of my car not parked there. Now, it has to be somebody that works for the borough, or I've seen the superintendent taking pictures of the street, which is none of their business in my mind. Okay? 'Cause
Superintendent? What do you mean?
Not the landlord.
Oh, got it, okay. Not our superintendent,
No,
their
no, no, no,
superintendent.
no.
Oh, okay,
no.
yeah.
You guys, nothing.
Oh, okay.
But
I was saying, we take pictures.
no, what I'm saying is I've been having a big fight with the board.
Yep.
At Colfax Manor because they're very illegal, in my opinion.
Yep.
So they're doing everything they could to try to get back at me. Okay? So they send their guy, the landlord or whatever, to go take pictures in the parking lot of my car when I'm not there.
Yep.
Okay? Which, it's street parking, correct?
Yep.
So it's none of their business. If I park in the back, okay, in somebody's spot, then they could say something. Okay? But as far as that, they just said yesterday that they took the parking spot away on the street, the handicap. Now, they said because I have a reserved parking spot in back, which is not reserved. I don't have a reserved garage, I don't have a reserved parking spot, and the handicap spot in the back, some guy used to park there. He had it for his wife passed away, so he don't have a handicap sticker, okay? Now, nobody ever told me, oh, you have to park there all the time, because even with your permit parking, which is down the block, from there all the way to the train station, okay? Permit parking is for the people that live there? Is that true or no?
Yeah, it's based on the streets, yeah.
If I was to take my camera and go to every house and see how many people have two cars that park in the garage, and at 2 o'clock in the morning, okay, the street is totally empty, shouldn't they lose their spot too? Because they're not parking there, they have two cars, they're both in the driveway. And what I'm trying to say is that it's Colfax Manor, not you guys, I know it's not, but it's them that's just trying every which way. They took away my parking spots because, you know, I have like a lot of arguments and I'm suing, we're in a lawsuit and stuff, you know, but I feel that they shouldn't have taken it away. And what took them 4 months to put in 1 day, they already cut down my plaque card. Now, my wife has heart problems. She goes to a cardiologist. She has osteoarthritis. Her spine is curved. She can't walk. She's in a wheelchair.
Unfortunately, you're out of time. But, yeah, we
Okay,
hear it. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure we're happy to talk afterwards.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
if you don't mind sticking around, I don't mind talking.
Yeah,
Okay.
but
I had a couple of questions myself.
But what I could say is, I mean, look, I can only speak from what I've heard. We have for months heard this inbound from the association, right? That nobody's using it, nobody's using it, nobody's using it. Candidly, when it comes to these things, because they can be, you know, a judgment call. Again, unfortunately, we can talk afterwards. I leave this up to the discretion and recommendation of the police. So, you know, I'm happy to talk to the chief again. I'm happy to talk after, but we appreciate your input, and we'll stick around. Okay?
I'll stick around. Thank you so much.
Yep. Anybody else come up and speak?
Good evening, Bill Crossett, 412 Galloping Hill Road. First, want to thank Andrew for calling me and letting me know the information on the trees for when you need to get a permit, most helpful. Second, probably not to council, but you can pass it along on FiOS Channel 32 RP station. There is a scrolling message on the bottom of the screen that says the town hall will be closed a day in June of 2022.
That's important information for everybody.
So it's
It's a
little
cryptic
outdated.
message. If you know, you know.
If you read it backwards.
And I just wanted to comment on the ordinance that Councilman Johnson supported. I agree with the ordinance, and the big question really becomes the enforcement. If we don't have enough police officers to enforce everything in town that needs to be done, such as speeding. And the other question I had was, does this also cover the noise from illegal mufflers on cars in addition to sound systems?
Wouldn't that be covered under the same one that's under?
Mechanical means,
Yeah.
so.
I mean, no.
Well, if it's idling, but I mean, there's other Title 39 regulations that police
Okay,
enforce as part of patrol. I could get you information on it.
I don't need it.
Yeah, I mean, but I don't think it would unnecessarily fall under the purview of the Peace and
Okay.
Good Order ordinance.
All right, thank you.
I think it would be more of a traffic, for whatever it's worth, I think it would be more of a traffic violation as opposed to Peace and Good Order. But yeah, if it was idling, I think it might be a little bit of a crossover.
Anybody else? I'm seeing no one. May I have a motion to close the public portion?
So move.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
There are no items for closed session. May I have a motion to adjourn?
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.